What makes a great Doctor Who story? Which elements make one story resonate more than others? There are so many elements that go into a Doctor Who adventure. It's no surprise that not all stories are equal. Why there is such great variation. This is why you can have episodes like Fear Her, and then, by contrast, an episode like Heaven Sent. But when all those right elements come together, it is a wonderful thing. The episodes in my short list here have that special rewatchability factor that make them just as satisfying on the first watch as it is on, say, the 60th. Yes, there are some episodes on my list that I have probably watched that much. So let's begin. Starting with number 5, The Day of the Doctor. There was, and for me, the fan service here was the right kind, justified within a narrative whilst also being wonderfully joyous. The special was special in more ways than one, as I was able to watch it in the cinema with my daughter, which was so much fun. There were sonic screwdrivers everywhere, people wearing cosplay, fezzes galore. It was amazing. Whenever I need a quick Doctor Who fix straight to my solitary heart, this is the story I go to. Number 4, Journey's End. When it comes to rewatchability, the biggest element for me is an emotional one. Journey's End gives us a ton of hugely emotional moments, but none more so than when the Doctor's forced to wipe Donna's memory in order to save her life. My God, that scene broke my heart the first time, and it still does on repeat viewings. The rest of the episode is a wonderful celebration of the RTD era, juggling a multitude of characters, including the spin-off shows. The whole thing works really well for the most part, although the beach scene at the end is a bit clunky, but I can forgive that. We got so much good stuff. Davros is fantastic, and the end scene with everyone piloting the TARDIS is just wonderful. Number 3, The Big Bang. Stephen Moffat's first shot at a series finale is the absolute epitome of his own phrase. A great big wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey, chaotic bundle of joy. From the opening sting, which ends with the Pandorica opening, and instead of revealing the Doctor inside, we find Amy Pond.
Okay, kid. This is where it gets complicated.
The fairy tale thread which Stephen Moffat had woven throughout the series comes to a really satisfying conclusion. We have the wedding of Amy and Rory, where the Doctor is called back into existence. It comes with such a sense of euphoria. And also, we have the Doctor creating a funny dance at the end. It's just magic. Number 2, Doomsday. Wow, why do I start with this one? I think the ending of this story resonated with me so much for a long, long time afterwards. The separation of the Doctor and Rose, that whole dynamic and the way it was performed, it was just something that hit me hard. The episode as a whole has so much good stuff in it. We have the Daleks versus the Cybermen, which had never happened before in Doctor Who history. We had all these storylines that had been building up throughout the series with Torchwood. That all came to a conclusion. We had new and interesting characters like Yvonne Hartman, I just really enjoyed her performance. I thought she was a great addition. And just, the drama, the excitement, the adventure, the effects, okay, yeah, they're a bit dated for 2006, but still, what we got was just so much of a Doctor Who fanboy's dream. What really cements this as a favourite for me is the emotional punch we get at the end. Oh, I love a bit of angst. I love a bit of star-crossed lovers. But it's a great ending to the story arc they were building over the series. And David Tennant here is just brilliant. He shows why he's the most popular Doctor, right from his first series. But there's one more story that tops this one, but only just. Oh, it's so close. It's very close. Number 1, The Parting of the Ways. When you consider all the production problems that went on behind the scenes,
the fact that this series turned out to be as good as it is, as phenomenal as it is just a miracle. There was so much drama, so much conflict going on. The fact that Christopher Eccleston literally quit just as the series aired, or at least it was announced he was quitting as it was airing its first episode. How this show dealt with all those difficulties and somehow turned them into positives, just even to today, amazes me. Of course, I would have loved to have seen Christopher Eccleston do more series, but in a way, with a new audience being brought on board, the fact that they got to do the Regeneration on that first series finale, it works. And the way it's written, the way it's performed, oh my God, Christopher Eccleston is so good. The way he says, but it means I'm going to change. Oh, just brilliant. But again, what tops this above Doomsday is the emotional beats. There's something about this episode. I think the stakes are really high. I like the fact that the Doctor sends Rose away and you get such a strong sense of her character. And that scene in the diner where she's talking to Jackie and Mickey, it makes me well up every time. Every time I see it, it's so good. So well acted.
That you don't just give up. You don't just let things happen. You make a stand. You say no. You have the guts to do what's right when everyone else just runs away. And
You feel her frustration, and it's a universal feeling, I think, and it really comes across strong. One of my other favourite moments is when you first hear the Emperor Dalek's voice. They survived through me. Oh, I got chills the first time I heard it. So good, so good. You probably noticed that I've only included single episodes in this ranking and not, two-part finales. I think Army of Ghosts and Doomsday is a stronger finale double bill overall, whereas I think The Parting of the Ways is kind of a little bit let down by Bad Wolf. But Bad Wolf isn't a bad episode, it's a very different vibe going on there with the whole game show thing. It's a thing. But overall, as a single episode finale, I think The Parting of the Ways just pips Doomsday. It's so good. There's so much good stuff going on. And that's my number one. It is my favourite Doctor Who episode of all time. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Until next time, allons-y, or just see you next time.